Hey guys, this is the Orange Bandit, and welcome to the Soul Harvester. This Breton, cursed to survive only by stealing the souls of fellow mortals, stalks through the night, taking the souls of anyone unlucky enough to cross him on a dark forest road. He is the legend told around campfires, a being feared by men and mer alike. This build does use a few mods. Ordinator, Andromeda, Morning Star, Alternate Start, the New Beginnings extension for Alternate Start, and the amazing Knight of Thorns armor and spear mod. His Breton blood gives him a 25% resistance to all magic, and a 15% chance to absorb an incoming spell into your own magicka. For standing stones, I would recommend either the Atronach stone, which makes spells cheaper and more effective, but you can only regenerate magicka by killing enemies, or the Ritual stone, which makes summon recently deceased enemies to fight by your side as ghosts. In the video, I personally went for the Ritual stone as I felt it really fit the character. The Soul Harvester was born during a panic-stricken and odd period in Tamriel's history, the Void Nights, a period in which the moons of Tamriel, Secunda, and Massar suddenly vanished, and then reappeared 2 years later, with the Thalmor taking credit for it. During this time, a largely unimportant and insignificant couple, a female Breton and a male Nord, were expecting a son, but a little bit of time before the Void Nights even began, both of their parents died. The mother turned to substances like skooma and moon sugar to deal with the grief, and the father was originally discharged from the local guard regiment from drunken behavior. Their family was ruined. Though while this was happening, their child was only a few months away. They soon realized that their child may perish if their behavior continued, especially the mother's substance abuse. They sought out healers, priests, and even a coven of necromancers, though none were able to help them. Eventually, their travels had taken them to elsewhere, where they met an old Khajiit shaman who offered them help. He said that he personally could not promise them anything, though he might know someone who could. He led them into a dark, empty room, save a single chest. As they entered, the chest began to shake, and the lid began to creak open, and out rose a single soul gem. It introduced itself as an ideal master, and a deal was then formed. They would harvest souls and send them to the depths of the soul cairn, and in return, they would give their child the blessing of life. So then they set out on a lifelong quest to send souls to the soul cairn to keep their child alive. Eventually, they grew old and perished, passing their quest on to their now adult child. For years, he would roam the lands of Tamriel. He took souls from the Somerset Isles, Morrowind, elsewhere, and even Cyrodiil, until eventually his travels had taken him to Skyrim, the only province he had not yet visited. As he ventured into Skyrim, though, he eventually found a highwayman, which he promptly attacked. The man got away, though, but he would not. The guards had rushed to find the source of the sounds of commotion, and when he was spotted by them, they charged at him, thinking he'd attack someone. He was able to defend himself for a valiant few seconds, but was eventually overwhelmed and thrown in jail, with his gear being destroyed. So for the ultimate start, we will want to choose the option to be in Falkreath's jail. The Soul Harvester is a chaotic evil character. He doesn't care what he does, as long as it furthers his own goals and preserves his own life, he'll do it. For quest lines, the Dark Brotherhood, Dawnguard, and the main quest line are a must for this character. Doing the Dark Brotherhood will give him many souls to take, and the Dawnguard will not only allow him to visit the Soul Cairn, but he will also be able to send the souls of many powerful and immortal vampires to the Ideal Masters, and those are worth a lot to them. The main quest will also give him the ability to absorb dragon souls. which you could roleplay if you desired that he is indirectly connected to the Soul Cairn as part of some sort of deal with the Ideal Masters. Speaking of the Soul Cairn, you will want to spend as much time as possible there. This is the most important part of his roleplay. You will want to do as many quests there as you can, and you could even face the actual Reaper whose likeness he unwittingly imitated. If you desire, you could do the Thieves Guild, though he isn't a very stealthy character. But it could be good for the roleplay to have friends in some underground societies and to have the guards in your pocket. The Civil War is also an option, since that would allow him to soul trap many people. Though, if you wanted to, you could avoid it, since a state of turmoil could make his evil and chaotic life easier. Though if you do decide to do the Civil War, then I would recommend that you side with the Stormcloaks, since doing the Dark Brotherhood, you would end up assassinating the Emperor, so it wouldn't really make sense for you to side with the Imperials. For gear, I wore a full set of Knight of Thorns armor, which you can find in a chest at Sermonstone Island, or you can craft it, though for that you will need the dragon and ebony smithing perks and smithing. I enchanted it with fortified conjuration, stamina, and two-handed. I had a bone hawk ring, enchanted with fortified two-handed and fortified conjuration, and a necklace enchanted with fortified two-handed and stamina. For my weapon, I used the Spear of Thorns, enchanted with chaos damage and soul trap. But you could also use something like Absorb Health and Fiery Soul Trap if you wanted to. The main skills for this build will be Alchemy, Enchanting, Two-Handed, Heavy Armor, and Conjuration. For Alchemy, you will need Alchemy Mastery 2 out of 2, Advanced Lab, Experimenter, Lab Schemer, Green Thumb, and Pure Mixture. In Enchanting, you will need Enchanting Mastery 2 out of 2, Soul Siphon, Thunderstruck, Gem Dust, Regalia, Twin Enchantment, and Arcane Nexus. In Two-Handed, you will want Two-Handed Mastery 2 out of 2, Trained Fighter, Death or Glory, Wolfkin, Crushing Blows 3 to 3, Batter 2 out of 2, Avalanche, The Pendulum, Grand Slam, Deadfall, Slayer of 1,000 Suns, Furious Strength, Ramming Speed, Massacre, Bear Hide, and Enter the Arena. In Heavy Armor, you will need Heavy Armor Mastery 2 out of 2, Battle Weary, Break Upon Me, Rise Above, Primal Fear, Reap the Whirlwind, Sovereign, Face of the Mountain, Born to Fight, Cushioned 2 out of 2, Heavy Armor Fit, Defiance, Revel in Battle, Bedrock, Never Kneel, Out of the Inferno, and Immortal. In Conjuration, you will need Conjurated Mastery 2 out of 2, Ravenous Dead, Preservation, Undead Crown, A Plague Upon Me, Corpse Gas, Necromaster, Shock to Life, and March of Oblivion. For the main spells, I used Conjure Mistman, Conjure Wrathman, Conjure Bone Man, Dead Thrall, Summon Spectral Assassin, Sparks, and the Ritual Stone ability. For Dead Thrall, if you wanted to go for a more necromantic vibe, then I would recommend using Dead Thrall a lot more than something like Conjure Mistman or Conjure Bone Man. The Ritual Stone ability was also used. For shouts, I mainly used Call of Valor, Dismay, Dragon Rend, Drain Vitality, Fire Breath, Marked for Death, Soul Tear, Summon Durnavir, Throw Voice, and Unrelenting Force. Onto a new section of these videos that I'm calling Special Moves. The one and only special move for this build is called the Army of the Dead, which is Summon Spectral Assassin, Call of Valor, and then Conjure Mistmen. This move summons a small army of souls that, for one reason or another, are bound to serve the Harvester for eternity. The Soul Harvester is an incredibly fun build to play, but a tragic one even still, as he never asked or never wanted his chaotic and evil lifestyle, but it was just forced onto him. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you lovely people in the next video. Goodbye.